He's my guy. He's my guy. You know, like when I met him at the event and we started talking about, like, he thought I was a porn star.
Yeah, you know why? Because a couple of years ago, one of my friends saw your video. I didn't know who you were, and then you're one of my good friends who is a dancer. I won't say who she is. She worked at the club I managed. And she was in one of your videos, a massage or something. You did like a massage theme. And my friend messaged me and goes, hey, I didn't know your friend who you did the thing with was a porn star. She did it and so my friend actually thought it was like a porno with you. And then I looked at it, I was like, I didn't know it was either. So then I asked my friend and she's like, no, it wasn't that. And then I thought maybe she was hiding and she was embarrassed, but I didn't think anything of it. I just saw the clip. I saw like 2 seconds of you in a bed. Yeah. You like warm up your hands and it was implied that you're banging these girls. So I just assumed, and I had never seen or heard of your friend again for another like 2 years.
Yeah.
All right. I think it was like 2018 or 19, before COVID. And then I bumped into you. And then I was like, you're that. And I remember the clip of you on the I was like, you're that porn star guy. And you looked at me shocked, like, you're like, that's not me. You're like, I'm not a porn star. I was like, I don't know.
I've done a few things.
Yeah.
Right? I wish I was a porn star.
So but it's implied porn. Because you like, I think it looks like,
fans.
Yeah, but it looks like this massage video. It looks like because after you're implying like, oh, so good, blah, blah, it was the best. And I assumed like, you just posted the PG version online and X-rated somewhere on Pornhub.
I used to do that, but not a porn star. Not a porn star. I wish I was a successful porn star.
Yeah.
I'm more like into the content itself. I like a variation of content. And to be very honest with you, and I kind of like, I know you might identify yourself in that one. I traveled a lot, so I built my audience traveling the world and partying with like hot girls and beautiful people around me. And I was very good at it, but it got to a point that like, man, like I want other things in my life. You know, I really want things that can motivate my generation, and that's what I'm focusing on now. I am an influencer in my country. I run a big YouTube channel. It's growing now really fast. Awesome. By the way, in Portuguese though. And with High Social, we are starting a new movement, movement that we talk to successful people like you, and people doing all right. He's humble in TV, and like when we had this first conversation, and I saw you long before because I took your friend to meet you somewhere. I think I remember that. I drove her to your place, and I was like, this guy, like he knows me. I know him. I'm just trying to remember. When I look at your Instagram, you've been in the biggest shows. You've been all over TV, all over media. And we are starting here a new podcast. This is Mikey, a legend. Very known in Australia wide, very known around the world also, pretty sure. Mikey, introduce yourself, because I'm talking too much and you're the man here. Come on.
You talked me up too much. Look, I'm Mikey, Gelo. Yeah, I'm a bit of an influencer these days, I guess. A bit of a socialite. It's by default because I've done a lot of reality TV shows in the past. I've done 4 so far. Number 5 is coming up in a few months, so can't talk much about that. But yeah, so I've done it.
Cooking something,
yeah. Something's cooking, yeah. So I've done quite a few reality shows, and then by default, you become a bit of an influencer. You get invited to events, you network, you make friends. And so one thing leads to another, and it becomes a snowball effect.
Awesome, because like when you go to TV, obviously people are going to look for you on social media, right? So you're going to grow, as you said, by default, and you gain that audience. And because you've been different TV shows, so it's even stronger, right? Because I still think like I'm a very social media person. Like I feel like social media is the present and the future. And I think TV with Netflix, Prime, all this sort of stuff, it's kind of like TV is moving down that way, right?
So what happens now is when you do a TV show, there's a very good chance it'll get picked up by one of the streaming services. So back in the day, you do a show, go onto like one of the main networks in your country, which is Australia, which is Channel 7 and 10, and it does its season and it disappears and no one talks about it again. But when they get picked up by a streaming network, you're there forever until they take it off. So for years, around the world, a lot of these streaming networks, like my last biggest show was Instant Hotel. It's a travel show in Australia, and that was originally produced by Channel 7, and it got picked up by Netflix a year later. And I went from like a little show in Australia that came and gone and not much talk to like this massive international hit, one of the most watched reality shows in America, and actually in Brazil too, funny enough. I had so many people messaging me in Portuguese to the point where I had to get this app on my phone where I had to translate like on the fly Portuguese to English so I could reply back. Yeah, so I was getting hundreds and hundreds of messages a day at one stage, when it came out.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I want to talk more about your shows. I want to go one by one. But one thing that I want these people to realize, it's like I listened a lot about that thing, TV is going to die. And I think it's so impressive what TV is doing now, because they are getting content like that, like the mainstream content, and getting these big deals to put them in like streaming platforms. That's so smart. You just like, it's going to be around forever.
Well, yeah, so it's changed the game. Before, it was all free-to-air TV shows that come and go. Now all these streaming services are picking it up, and yeah, the only problem is if you're a bad guy in one of these shows, you're kind of the whole world's seeing it, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So you gotta kind of think a bit before you speak on those shows, because you'll end up regretting it for a long time.
So okay, I'm very interested about your shows. By the way, Mikey, Gelo, so Italian.
I am
Italian, right? Godfather. Right. Okay, good. Do you speak any Italian?
a little bit of Italian, a little
bit.
but not enough to get around, unfortunately. But I should learn more. My family are both Italian, both my parents and my grandparents, so I speak a little bit. It actually helps since I've been to Spain and Mexico, and it helped me get around a bit. With Spanish is similar, so like Come, como estás, all that. But Portuguese is like so much different. I dated a Brazilian girl.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
It had nothing. It has nothing.
Oh my God.
Nothing like it's just such a. It sounds like it should be similar, but it's not. It's a very complex language.
It is
Portuguese.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, so French, Portuguese, Italian, pretty sure Romanian as well. Like, so these languages, they all come from Latin.
Spanish. Yep.
Yeah. So they all like share some similarities, but I would say French is very different. The vocabulary is extremely complex.
Okay.
Portuguese kind of follow the same thing. Spanish is easy. It's kind of like, and Portuguese, like English for me is the easiest language in the world, because when we conjugate something, like I don't want to talk about that crap, but like when we conjugate verbs, like it's different. And with French, it's next level shit, man. Like, if you look at the grammar in French is like next level. But yeah, man, like definitely, you know, like definitely maybe put some effort on learn some Italian very soon. I know you're busy, man, though.
Yeah.
Learning a language, no matter what, it's really hard.
I know, but I travel a lot, so I should be learning more. I love Italy. I go to Europe every year, so
yeah.
It's on the bucket list, but you know, that list is growing. So yeah, it's on there. It's on there somewhere.
I want to learn a new language too. I just haven't decided which one, but I know a bit of German. I know Spanish. I know Portuguese and English, but I feel like I want to learn something really different.
I learned a little bit of German because I went to Germany a few months ago for their summer. And I know that the German people, they can be like a bit standoffish trying to get to know new people. So I went to the effort and learned about, 10, 20 phrases to get around, like wie geht's, ich heiße Mikey, ich komme aus Australian, like, hey, what's my name? I thought it was going to help me out, meet some locals, maybe meet some nice girls. They're a tough crowd, those Germans.
Yeah, they are, man.
Yeah, I tried it on, like, I remember one of the first days I tried to talk to a random German in a club. I went up, hey, wie geht's? They just looked at me, turned around. I was like, whoa, I'm not used to this. Tough crowd. Oh,
yeah, man.
My ego took a hit.
Yeah, true. No, definitely, man. Like, it's good though, because make you evolve, make you want to be better. So you traveled a lot, right?
I travel nonstop. I love travel.
Yeah. So like I traveled a lot to which country in Europe did you like the best?
My favorite country, I've been there twice, going to go a third time next year, would be Prague. It's one of my favorite cities.
Oh my God, Prague.
Prague
is cool, man.
It's like beauty meets party.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful looking Gothic, old style city, but it's just so live.